since Shannon Sharp has left Undisputed, they've been struggling. I heard one of their ratings about a month ago, maybe wasn't even that long ago, was only at 50K. They had 50K TV rating. So I don't really know, when you dealing with regular TV, what's a really good daytime rating with with all the TV ratings. I know 50K, it ain't it. That ain't it. But, because Undisputed be sitting at 500,000. But then again, you got to figure the bulk of, or close to the majority or close to the bulk of the public is at work. So if I do tune in, it's only really to hear Shannon and Jeff Saturday talk football, or to hear Michael. Or if I watch Undisputed, it's just to see after the Cowboys lose. I keep it real. Keyshawn is cool, but that whole panel they got, I don't like that. The Skip got to give his opinion and do all that, but they can't keep nobody there. And this is what happened when you give somebody too much power. I think y'all seen in a society where, the man is allowing women to have all this power. Especially, they got a saying, when the weak is in power, they abuse it. And a lot of people want to understand why they don't want to give black people reparations, or why they don't want to even the playing field. Once you empower or allow the oppressed to be empowered, you're seeing what's happening with women. That's your answer right there. You know what I'm saying? In live time. But they gave Skip so much power. So much power they gave old Skip Bayless, that nobody want to work with him no more. So it was cheaper to get rid of Shannon. It was cheaper to get rid of Jenny. It was cheaper to get rid of, what's the one that can't keep no husband? Jason Taylor girlfriend, or a sister, Joy. It was cheaper, But nonetheless, he has to lean on black people to get an audience, And when you pivot from Shannon, he found out Shannon was the true star. Yeah, he gave Shannon an opportunity. Yeah, he plugged Shannon in. But what happened was, he found out, he seen it before we seen it, that Shannon was better than he was. He was more engaging than he was. And us who grew up watching Shannon, we knew he talked shit. We knew he could talk, because him and Ray Buchanan had that epic beef. We knew he was a character. He could run his mouth if you followed his career. So now Skip Bayless is leaning on another brother to help him in a time of need. That's all it is. He's utilizing black people to get by. And at the end of the day, he's giving them opportunities and platforms, to get to the next level. When you hear people say, I'd rather do it on my own. Do you know how hard it is to acquire Elon Musk, or what Bill Gates did, or what Steve Jobs did, or what Jeff Bezos did on your own? They all have felt help from family. They all had help from family. They all had help from family. You got to remember that. They all had help from family. So if, Skip Bayless is the one to give your opportunity, you got to run with it. And to be honest, Keyshawn ain't Shannon. Love Michael Irvin, he ain't Shannon. Richard Sherman ain't Shannon. And Paul Peirce ain't Shannon. So it ain't nothing finalized just yet, but he gonna help them down the stretch run. Talk some basketball. And right now, it ain't too many people interested in basketball. Be honest. College basketball, it's trash. They should have played the players a long time ago. Nobody's watching college basketball. Right? Them girls had a fight and didn't nobody even care. My interest is more vested in hockey at this point than college basketball, and then the NBA. Nobody cares. Nobody don't care. The highlights is better than watching the game. On my mama. The highlights is better than watching the game. So literally, when I watch the NBA, I don't care. Like, I watch the game for 5 seconds and turn it off. All they do is shoot threes. Like, I like it be a dunk contest. And a 3-point shooting and a free throw shooting contest, it's trash. But he trying to depend on Paul Peirce to save him. What they should have did, should have paid Rachel Nichols to host the show, or go find some young, fine woman to be a host. Even Cam, it is what it is, and Mace understand it. Got a nice looking woman, Stat Baby, to facilitate the show. He said he went through a couple of female hosts until he found the right one. Skip Bayless, and him trying to do this and then give his opinion. It's a terrible setup. It's a terrible everything. But this will happen when nobody want to work with you. So Shannon Sharp is he's excelling, and Paul Peirce is not gonna say them. And Paul Peirce is probably one of the next best things when you talk about celebrity status. Him and Garnett to Shannon Sharp, but nobody is as charismatic as Shannon Sharp. Like, they've been trying everything on this. They even brought Bubba Dub on to help their ass out. It's struggling. As much as they need a female host that know a little something. Can control the maestro, who get the power. And they need somebody that's charismatic. But Shannon Sharp destroyed that show when he left. He didn't know how big a star he was gonna be. But you know something? And one thing I always kind of make this analogy. You know how you look for that little Roku remote in your couch? And then you'll find $20, $30, or you'll find the lighter that you was missing for, or you'll find the piece of mail you was looking for. When you go looking for something, you tend to find something else, But the story is this: when you don't know what's about to happen, or you like, man, I'm taking a leap of faith, or when you find like something of substance, or some type of richness or wealth, and that doesn't necessarily have to be money or monetary. It could be knowledge. Well, you tend to find what you ain't looking for. He ain't see he was about to explode like this. I blew it up like you thought I would. So he blew up, and guess what? At the same time, he took all his fans to both podcasts. He took them to ESPN, and ESPN capitalized off of it. The money, let's keep it real. I'm going to say this is going to be controversial. The money they gave Pat McAfee, they should just gave that shit to Shannon Sharp. And gave Shannon his own show. Shannon Sharp show would have killed Pat McAfee's show. Where his portion of Club Shay Shay would just interview athletes. Right? And then if they wanted to do one better, right? Have Club Shay Shay at nighttime do a small variation on ABC, because Walt Disney owned that for a late night TV show. That's what they should have did. And then let him and Chad have a night show. Or put them on ESPN News. But then for Shannon, guess what? I don't want to tie my entity in the ESPN per se. I want to be the owner of this shit. So I understand that. If ESPN was smart, they took all that money and gave it to Shannon. But nobody see it blowing up like this. But hey, shout out to The Truth. Always a huge Paul Peirce fan. Check out the NBA Talk playlist, music entertainment playlist. Hit the link tree. You can find me on X, Instagram, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I'm on Facebook, the whole 9. Check us out. Hit the link tree. Peace.